Good afternoon, children. Now we come to the second part of part lipid transport and storage chapter. In the last class, we had talked about the various lipoproteins, the apolipoproteins, and also about chylomicrons. Now in this class, we will discuss the other lipoproteins that we have in our body. But this is very low density lipoprotein. Now this VLDL is produced in the liver, and VLDL contains a large amount of triglycerides which are produced endogenously, that is by the liver. And the function of VLDL is that it carries this triglyceride from the liver to the peripheral tissues. In other words, VLDL is a vehicle of transport of triglyceride from the liver to the extrahepatic tissues. Now in this diagram, we will just have a look एक संक्षिप्त में so that we can understand what it is all about. So we start with number 1. Now the liver, it secretes newly formed nascent triglyceride rich VLDL particles which the liver has produced by itself. Now this VLDL particle, after leaving the liver, it receives from HDL the ApoC2 and the ApoE. Now the moment these two apoproteins are attached along with the ApoB100 which was attached inside the liver, now these three apolipoproteins are attached and this nascent VLDL becomes a mature VLDL. Now it travels through the blood vessels and it reaches the extrahepatic tissues, for example the adipose tissue. Now here what happens is that the apolipoprotein that are present on the cell PLDL, it activates the lipoprotein lipase enzyme, that is ApoC2 activates lipoprotein lipase enzyme, and this breaks down the VLDL triglyceride into free fatty acids and glycerols, and the protein part, they are the ApoC2 and the ApoE, they are transferred back to HDL. Now this particle which now leaves in the blood is known as the intermediate density lipoprotein. Now this intermediate density lipoprotein, what happens is that it gets, because of the loss of the triglyceride which was present in the LDL, so what has happened is that the cholesterol esters and cholesterol, they are concentrated with the ApoB100 around it, so this becomes a low density lipoprotein, and this low density lipoprotein is taken up by the extrahepatic tissues which have the receptors for the LDL, and also in the liver, and where there is endocytosis. So what happens is that, let us follow the path. What actually does happen? So inside the hepatic cells, what happens is that the VLDL is secreted directly into the blood, as a nascent particle, as a newly formed particle which contains the ApoB100. So this ApoB100 is produced in the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and it is assembled inside the Golgi apparatus to form a VLDL particle. Now this crosses the space of this and enters the lumen of the blood sinusoids. Now this VLDL, the nascent VLDL, they must get the ApoC2 and ApoE from the circulating high density lipoprotein. As we have seen in the previous diagram, the ApoC2 is an activator for the lipoprotein lipase enzyme, which is anchored on the wall of the arteries, on the capillaries, because of the presence of the proteoglycans heparan sulfate. So as the VLDL passes through the circulation, the triglyceride is degraded, and as the triglyceride is degraded and removed, the VLDL particle decreases in size and it becomes more and more dense. The ApoC, ApoE are returned to HDL, but the ApoB100 is retained. Additionally, what happens is that some of the triglycerides are transferred from VLDL to HDL in an exchange reaction which is catalyzed by the cholesterol ester transfer protein. So what happens is that the triacylglycerol from VLDL, it enters the HDL particles, some of it, and the cholesterol esters, they are transferred to VLDL. With these modifications, what happens is that the VLDL particle is converted in the plasma to a low density lipoprotein after it loses most of its triglycerides. So the ideal or the intermediate density lipoproteins that are formed in the stage between VLDL and HDL, they can be of different sizes, and these ideals are taken up by the liver cells. So we have seen how VLDL is converted and forms the low density lipoprotein. So the low density lipoproteins, it contains very less amount of triglyceride than the VLDL, and it has more of cholesterol and cholesterol esters. Now it has been seen that 70% of the plasma cholesterol is present inside the low density lipoprotein. Now in the next slide, we will see graphically the composition of the plasma lipoprotein particles. So here we see the chylomicrons. So what do we see is that the yellow is the triglyceride, the dark blue is the protein, light blue is phospholipid, and the orangish is cholesterol and cholesterol esters. So you can see and appreciate ये जो पीला वाला पार्ट है ये ट्राइग्लिसराइड ज्यादा है काइलोमाइक्रॉन्स में. ये जो काइलोमाइक्रॉन है, अब इसके बाद वेरी लो डेंसिटी लाइपोप्रोटीन, तो इसका ट्राइग्लिसराइड का अमाउंट काइलोमाइक्रॉन से कम है. इसका कोलेस्ट्रॉल और कोलेस्ट्रॉल ईस्टर्स 20% है, इसकी फॉस्फोलिपिड 15 और इसमें प्रोटीन 5% है. अब ये जो VLDL है ये LDL में कन्वर्ट होता है. तो LDL में कन्वर्ट होने के लिए ये ट्राइग्लिसराइड लूज करता है। तो यहाँ एलडीएल में ट्राइग्लिसराइड कम है। And in the high density lipoprotein, the amount of triglyceride is drastically reduced, and the amount of cholesterol and cholesterol esters increases with an equal increase तुम्हारा प्रोटीन में और फॉस्फोलिपिड्स में। अब ये एलडीएल जो है इसका प्राइमरी फंक्शन है टू प्रोवाइड कोलेस्ट्रॉल टू द पेरिफेरल टिश्यू और उसको वापस लिवर को देने को। तो ये काम कैसे करता है? द फर्स्ट वे दे कैन डू इज, इसको कहते हैं रिसेप्टर मीडिएटेड एंडोसाइटोसिस। सो दिस रिसेप्टर मीडिएटेड एंडोसाइटोसिस, ये this is done by the binding to the plasma membrane LDL receptor. Now this LDL receptor has a recognition element which recognizes the ApoB100. Now these receptors will also recognize ApoE, इसलिए इनका नाम है ApoB100 ApoE receptors, और ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर रहता है। So here you can see that in the endoplasmic reticulum, through the various processes, you can see these green are the LDL receptors. Now these LDL receptors, they are present, and there is a clathrin coated pit, and these receptors are there. तो ये जो रिसेप्टर है, ये जो LDL पे ApoB100 और ApoE है, उसको ये पहचानता है, and it allows the LDL to come and stick here. So there is endocytosis, so there is a pinocytosis. This whole clathrin, it coats the whole thing. So there is a pinocytosis, and it forms a clathrin coated vesicle which contains the LDL particles. Now this clathrin coated vesicle, the clathrin is removed, and what happens is that an endosome is formed. In this endosome, the LDL receptor particles, they detach, because inside the endosomes the pH becomes acidic, and this pH causes the detachment of the LDL receptors, which are recycled back onto the pits. Now these endosomes, they fuse with the enzymes to form a lysosome. So inside the lysosomes, they break down the two individual amino acids, the fatty acids and the cholesterol. And this cholesterol will be utilized either by the body, or it will be stored after conversion to cholesterol esters. So the LDL receptors are negatively charged glycoproteins that are present in the pit on the cell membrane. तो सेल मेम्ब्रेन पर छोटे छोटे गड्ढा है, उसी में ये LDL receptors हैं. तो this LDL receptor binds with the LDL to form a complex, और इसकी एंडोसाइटोसिस हो जाती है. ये वेसाइकिल का क्लैथरिन निकल जाता है, एंड ये दूसरे वेसाइकिल के साथ मिलके ये बहुत बड़ा सा एंडोसोम्स बनाते हैं. As I told you, because of the activity of the proton pump, the pH falls. So क्या होता है कि LDL जो है अपने रिसेप्टर से अलग हो जाता है. उसका जो बॉन्डिंग है प्रोटोग्लाइकन्स का हेपारन सल्फेट का, उससे वो टूट जाता है, and the LDL receptor is allowed to go back to the surface. And the LDL, it is free within the lumen of the vesicle. तो ये जो रिसेप्टर है कैन बी रिसाइकल्ड, जबकि जो लाइपोप्रोटीन का जो रेमिनेंट है वेसिकल्स में, ये लाइसोसोम्स में ट्रांसफर होके एंड इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द लाइसोसोमल एसिड हाइड्रोलेसेस ये फ्री कोलेस्ट्रॉल, अमाइनो एसिड, फैटी एसिड्स एंड फॉस्फोलिपिड बनाता है. और ये जो इंडिविजुअल जो सामान बना है, दे आर ऑल यूटिलाइज्ड बाय द बॉडी. अब ये जो कोलेस्ट्रॉल है यहां जो बना है, दिस काइलोमाइक्रोन जो रेमिनेंट है आईडीएल, ये एलडीएल में जो डिराइव्ड हुआ है कोलेस्ट्रॉल, ये हमारे बॉडी का जो कोलेस्टेलुलर कोलेस्ट्रॉल कंटेंट है, दिस अफेक्ट्स इट इन अ लार्ज वे. So what happens is that this cholesterol, if ये अगर ज्यादा है तो ये क्या करता है कि जो एक जीन है HMG कोएंजाइम ए रिडक्टेज, इसको इनहिबिट करता है, और इसके चलते जो बॉडी का जो डी नोवो कोलेस्ट्रॉल सिंथेसिस है, इट डिक्रीजेस, एंड ऑल्सो देयर इज increased degradation of this HMG coenzyme A reductase enzyme. उसके बाद ये जो LDL receptor जो बन रहा है बॉडी में, the synthesis is reduced by decreasing the expression of the LDL receptor gene. Therefore, it limits further entry of LDL cholesterol. Now, if this cholesterol, अगर इसकी तुरंत जरूरत नहीं है अपने बॉडी में फॉर सम स्ट्रक्चरल और सिंथेटिक पर्पस, इसका एस्टेरिफिकेशन हो जाता है by the presence of the enzyme ACAT, that is acyl coenzyme A cholesterol acyl transferase. अब ये जो ACAT है, what it does is, ये एक फैटी एसाइल कोएंजाइम ए से फैटी एसिड ये ट्रांसफर करता है कोलेस्ट्रॉल को, एंड इट प्रोड्यूसेस कोलेस्ट्राइल ईस्टर्स. ये जो कोलेस्ट्रॉल है, ये कोलेस्ट्राइल ईस्टर्स के फॉर्म में इट कैन बी स्टोर्ड इनसाइड द सेल. ये जो सिंथेसिस ऑफ इंट्रासेलुलर कोलेस्ट्राइल ईस्टर by ACAT, इस पे यहां पे you have to see that the another enzyme that we have seen previously, that is the LCAT, that is lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase. There is extracellular enzyme, while ACAT is intracellular, and this extracellular enzyme ये कोलेस्ट्रॉल को एस्टेरिफाई करता है यूजिंग फॉस्फेटिडाइल कोलिन और लेसिथिन एज द सोर्स ऑफ फैटी एसिड्स. सो दिस कोलेस्ट्रॉल इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ACAT, इट फैटी एसिड को ये से फैटी एसिड लेके कोए छोड़ के, एंड इट अटैचेस इट टू द कोलेस्ट्रॉल मॉलिक्यूल टू फॉर्म एन ईस्टर ऑफ कोलेस्ट्रॉल. तो आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट ये जो रिसेप्टर मीडिएटेड पाथवे फॉर LDL था, इसके अलावा the macrophages, they also possess a very high level of scavenger receptor activity. ये जो रिसेप्टर है इसका नाम है स्कैवेंजर रिसेप्टर क्लास ए और दी SRA. अब ये जो SRA है, it can bind with a large number of ligands or molecules, and what it does, it mediates the endocytosis of the chemically modified LDL, in which the lipid or the ApoB component has been oxidized. That means it has been broken down or damaged. Now, LDL receptor, ये तो अगर कोलेस्ट्रॉल ज़्यादा है तो उसका हम सिंथेसिस कम कर सकते हैं. But these scavenger receptors, they are not down-regulated. They are not reduced in response to increased intracellular cholesterol. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि inside these macrophages, the cholesterol esters, they accumulate and they turn this macrophage into a foam cell. और यही foam cell है जो कि participate करता है in the formation of the atherosclerotic plaque. Therefore, now you will understand why the LDL cholesterol is the primary cause of atherosclerosis. So, this is a small diagram in which we can see how the foam cells lead to the tissue injury in the blood vessels. So, if there is an endothelial injury which are caused by the oxidized LDL, the monocytes, they adhere to the endothelial cell, they move into the subendothelial layer and they are converted into macrophages. Now these macrophages, they take up the excess oxidized lipoproteins to become foam cells. Now these foam cells, they accumulate, and when they accumulate, they release a lot of factors such as the growth factor and the cytokines, and these lead to or stimulate the migration of the smooth muscle cells from the media of the artery into the intima. और यहाँ क्या होता है कि जो स्मूथ मसल सेल है ये प्रोलिफरेट करता है, ये कोलाजन प्रोड्यूस करता है, ये लिपिड को टेक अप करता है, and then it also becomes a foam cell. So these foam cells, these are low affinity, they are non-specific, and they are non-regulated, and they take up the oxidized LDL. तो ये जो LDL है, what is oxidized LDL? LDL पे ये जो डैमेज होता है by the super oxides, the nitric oxide, the hydrogen peroxides, the other oxidants. So all these cause tissue injuries and they convert LDL into oxidized LDL, which enter into the macrophages to form foam cells. तो ये जो destructive oxidants हैं, इनको रोकने के लिए हम डिफरेंट तरह का एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स खाते हैं, जैसे विटामिन ई, विटामिन सी, बीटा कैरोटीन्स. ऑल दीज they prevent the conversion of LDL to oxidized LDL. Now we come to the high density lipoproteins. तो HDL ये जो है, this takes part in the lipoprotein metabolism, the triglyceride metabolism and the cholesterol metabolism. HDL, it comprises of a mixed family of lipoprotein with a very complex metabolism. ये लिवर और इंटेस्टाइन दोनों में ये बनता है और सिक्रीट होता है. ApoC and ApoE, they are synthesized in the liver और ये ट्रांसफर्ड होता है लीवर HDL टू इंटेस्टिनल HDL जब ये इंटेस्टिनल HDL प्लाज्मा में आता है। द मेजर फंक्शन, जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन है HDL का, दैट इज टू एक्ट एज अ repository or a bank for ApoC and ApoE, जो कि काइलोमाइक्रोन एंड VLDL के मेटाबॉलिज्म में रिक्वायर्ड होता है। So we have a picture of an HDL particle. So you will see that the HDL particle, the inner core consists of the triglycerides and the cholesterol esters. उसके ऊपर फॉस्फोलिपिड्स का एक बड़ा सा लेयर है जो कि पूरा कवर कर रहा है। इस फॉस्फोलिपिड में ये बीच बीच में ये जो येलोइश ऑरेंज है, these are the non-esterified cholesterols, and of course we have the different apolipoprotein on the surface. तो अभी just we just told you that it is a repository of ApoC और ApoE। तो ApoC2 जो है ये एपोलाइपोप्रोटीन है जो कि ट्रांसफर्ड होता है VLDL एंड काइलोमाइक्रोन में, एंड इसके प्रेजेंस में ही लाइपोप्रोटीन लाइपेज एंजाइम एक्टिवेट होता है। और ये जो ApoE है, दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द रिसेप्टर मीडिएटेड एंडोसाइटोसिस ऑफ IDL and chylomicron remnants. The nascent HDL, this is nothing but a discoid phospholipid bilayer जिसके अंदर ApoA है और free cholesterol है। Now lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase और LCAT का जो एक्टिवेटर ApoA1 है, ये बाइंड करता है डिस्कॉइडल पार्टिकल्स पे और उसके ऊपर सरफेस फॉस्फोलिपिड एंड फ्री कोलेस्ट्रॉल जो भी है कोलेस्ट्रॉल ईस्टर एंड लाइसोलेथिसिन में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है। जो नॉन पोलर कोलेस्ट्रॉल ईस्टर्स है ये अंदर घुस जाता है हाइड्रोफोबिक लेयर में, और लाइसोलेथिसिन जो है ये ट्रांसफर्ड हो जाता है प्लाज्मा एल्बुमिन को। तो ये नॉन पोलर कोर है, इट इज जनरेटेड एंड इट फॉर्म्स अ स्फेरिकल pseudomycellar HDL जिसके ऊपर में सरफेस फिल्म ऑफ पोलर लिपिड्स एंड एपोलाइपोप्रोटीन्स है। So this process of the formation of HDL, it aids the removal of excess unesterified cholesterol from lipoproteins and the tissues. So here we will see that this is the liver, these are the LDL and the IDL receptors, and the small intestine you have the discoidal nascent HDL, and through as there is addition of cholesterol esters, what happens is that this peripheral tissues, it takes the cholesterol from the peripheral tissues, it collects it, and through various processes and the addition of APO, first it forms HDL3, then slowly more and more cholesterol esters are added, so it forms HDL2, and this cholesterol ester transfer protein, what it does is it transfers the whatever triglyceride it has, it gives it to VLDL to form LDL, and it is taken up by the liver where the cholesterol esters and cholesterol are utilized. Now, with these two lipids, the lipoproteins that we have studied, the VLDL, the LDL and the HDL. So these are the different lipoproteins. So you have to know a little bit about all, because you may get short notes on the different lipoproteins or HDL. So remember, you have to write in brief. If you remember the diagrams, the compositions, all these things you have to write down. Now, with this, we've come to the end of our part 2. In the next class, we will conclude the lipid transports. We will talk about reverse cholesterol transports, the different genetic defects of lipid transport and cholesterol metabolism in our body. Thank you.